Hey, so real quick here. First of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching this. In this episode, I do not want to put things in the wrong perspective. It is extremely important for you guys to understand that this content that what you're about to see is for informational purposes only. I do not condone or recommend the use of any illicit stimulants at all. Now, the story you're about to hear is of my own personal story. It is my own personal experience and my own personal journey. I do not. These are my own actions that I'm just telling a story. I don't encourage or giving anybody advice on doing illegal activities. Please respect the rules of your abide by the laws and regulations of your current, place of living. Your local authorities. You need to please also prioritize your safety and well-being first and foremost. Never do these things alone. If you're going to do them, make sure that you are with a trained professional and don't just start. Even though that my activities were actually good for me, they may not be good for anybody else. These are just my own personal story. So with that being said, thank you and enjoy. Please give me your feedback and comments. This is part one of probably a 3-part series. Thank you.
Funky cold Cadena.
You what? Funky
This is
cold. Oh my gosh. It took so long for that to register. That's terrifying.
It's not. It's beautiful.
No, it's that I
did.
didn't recognize it fast enough. That's what I was like. What is it? Oh my goodness.
Funky cold Cadena. Come on, bro.
That's funny. That's
I love it.
That's going, man. Welcome everybody back to another
Episode of Get Your
episode.
Mind.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to kick it off. Make sure you subscribe for more comedy.
I mean, come on. You gotta love Tone Life, dude.
Yeah, nah, it's a good day, another day. Freaking yesterday, I missed my alarm and I paid the price for it last night, and then I missed it again today. So we'll be paying the price. Are you serious right now? That's funny. That's funny. Dancing with a laptop up there like it's an old beatbox.
Just like an old beatbox, dude. Oh God, I love it. Listen, kids nowadays don't understand how fucking badass that shit was. The 80s were a tremendous and beautiful time. They were all fucked up. How messed up am I? How messed up am I that I'm a hairbanger? I'm a fucking early rapper. I don't have, I'm a ZZ Top listening, country, hip hop listening, country folk singing, ZZ Top listening, fucking blues rapping. I'm a mess. And then you're asking me about fucking self-identity?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a bit. You create all that. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand is you create every piece of yourself by the things that you decide to do, the changes you make in yourself with your mentality. So no, I thought it was a good topic.
But
There's no
There,
but.
there are some. There is, but there are some that don't have, and they don't. They don't have. They don't. Hold on. Wait, where'd it go? Hold on, dude. I ate so much garbage yesterday. It's not even funny. My day yesterday was. I've learned I have issues.
I mean, I knew that.
No,
So
it was a very interesting day. Um, I spent the first part of my day with my mom, and then I spent the last part of my day with my wife. And I was gonna grab an airplane, and then at the end, I like, nah,
mm,
I'm done for the weekend.
yeah.
I cannot have lost that. I know I saved it. Where the fuck? This is not. I'm not happy. Hold on, dude. I took a lot of notes yesterday. I took a lot of notes. Oh, it's staring at me in the fucking face. I know we don't have a lot of time today. I know you got to run. I don't got to
Yeah,
run today, but
I
I know
gotta go
you
back
got
to
to run.
Sarasota again.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So you're asking me how does one get a new identity? You asked me that. Yes.
Well, I mean, I'd like how, because you obviously changed who you were over the course of your life. I'm like, so how did you one decide where you wanted to go, like who you wanted to be? Because I
So
think a lot of people don't understand who they want to be or what a goal is,
I want to be a
and the
pirate.
I want to
So
be a
I
freaking pilot.
I want to be a pirate, dude. So badass. So listen, throughout my life, and I can honestly say that I was asleep for 40. How old am I?
6.
43 years. I was asleep for 43 years. When I say I was asleep for 43 years, meant and mean that I was a product of my own society, 100%, without doubting or being influenced by anything else. I was a product of my religion. I was a product of my complete upbringing without doubting anything that was said or done. I had a mentality machista, a very machista mentality, not being, male macho. Oh, not saying that my father was a machista because he really wasn't, but I was raised to be machista by my own mother. She was the other aspects of my male identity, I guess you could say, were products of religion, my Catholic church. I'm supposed to be Catholic because I was raised Catholic by my mother. She is very devoted now directly to the church and so forth. She wanted me to be a priest and blah 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 blah. Just come out straight up and say it. So throughout my life, I understood that something was missing. I treated my wife in a certain way, but I didn't know if there was anything different. I really didn't. I've learned to identify some things in my father that I'm like, I don't think I like that. Let me ask him about it. Question certain things of my father's life. And I question my brothers and my sisters, and I question myself. There were certain instances in my life leading up until my age of 43. So I would say if what I'm having or what is going through is some type of midlife crisis, it is because of that. It was because that I started to notice certain things and I needed to know more about myself. So when I was 42, I tried mushrooms for the first time, magic mushrooms. I looked for it. In other words, I was told by reading, by different podcasts, that I needed to search inside myself. It's, believe it or not, I truly believe now that our lives and certain clues about how to fix it are told in movies. So in different movies, in different aspects, I saw very successful people do psychedelics, dig deep inside. I said, well, let me read more about this because I'm from the just say no era. I didn't do drugs, LSD, acid, whatever the mushrooms. That was extremely scary in my time. I'm 8, 9 years old, and I remember my mother searching my bags for anything that looked like a fucking stamp. I was afraid to lick fucking mail stamps because I thought I was going to go to the moon, that I was going to become fucking retarded. And I'll be like, for the rest of my life. I was scared. I had no idea. I physically saw somebody have some type of a flashback, not understanding what the fuck they were having, but come to understand it now. Was it a flashback? That motherfucker was just being an idiot. You know, he just said, "Oh, it's one LSD flashbacks." Scared me even more as an adult. I mean, come on, I'm supposed to be an adult at 20, right? You know, I saw somebody go through a fucking like, holy fuck, on drugs. No, mental fucking crazy thing. I didn't know who I was. So how the fuck can I have an identity of who I think I was? My name is Nestor Alfonso Cadena. That was the name I was given. That's the identity. I'm Catholic. That was the identity I was perceived to have had. Upon searching for myself, I was reached out by an old brother of mine. And I say, oh, I mean, me and him, we go way back. Air Force days, Air Force brother, known each other for 20 plus years. As a matter of fact, we have absolutely it's one of the first people that has absolutely no judgment, nothing. It's just a true friend, good advice, so forth. We've both have won and lost in our lives. Another entrepreneur, business minded. I mean, fuck, he used to sell parts when internet came out. Guys, you have to understand that when internet first came out for us, we were in our 20s. You know, we were 19, 18, 19, 20 years old when the internet first came out. So so we're like, oh, what is this? So we had the dial up and the AOL. So we had, opening up an AOL store, you know? So that was part of it. Your mic's off.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So that same person called me one day out of the blue. Oh, we talked for a while, but very sporadically. Like I said, out of the blue, he calls me, and he calls our other two boys. It was a clique of four of us, four Latinos from different parts of the fucking world. Different, there was a Dominican, there was a Puerto Rican, there's two Colombians, and we all have different lives. We have all done very well for ourselves in very different aspects of ourselves. But this one in particular calls and he goes, guys, I just had the craziest experience. And this is what I had, and I'm like, yeah, I had something similar with fucking, doing 5 milligrams of fucking, psilocybin. He goes, no, Nest, it's not. You need to come up here. You need to figure this out. You need to do this. You're really searching for yourself. You need to come up here and do something. I'm like, what's it called? So it's called 5-MeO DMT. I said, DMT? I said, you know what? That's the same shit that all these podcasts are telling me, all these business podcasts, all these business entrepreneurs, all these fucking really successful people are talking about fucking drinking ayahuasca. And I saw billions and I love fucking billions. And, they did fucking ayahuasca. I'm going to go do ayahuasca. So I did my research on ayahuasca. And I'm like, I have to do that. That's my next step in order to succeed in life. I need to go find this. But I was doing it for the wrong reasons. This is what I'm saying. I'm trying to find myself because I'm trying to figure out my next step to be a better fucking more money-oriented, just Remember, I'm thinking ayahuasca. So I read a little bit about ayahuasca, DMT. I never read about 5-MeO DMT.
Nah.
So I flew up to Tennessee after I went to Arizona on a business trip. I actually had that video. Then I flew to Tennessee where I took an Uber for 4.5 hours, drive me because I was going to go purchase an airplane. This is what I'm saying. I was on my way to go purchase an airplane that had my logo, my tail number. That's where I got it from. Because I was gonna buy. I started searching for my name on the tail flash, and I found it. And I found that there was an airplane with my tail flash. And then I emailed the guy. And I found the guy, and I said, "I want to buy your airplane. Call me." He calls me. He goes, "I'm gonna sell you the airplane." I said, "Great. I'll come over there and go see it." I went out there to go see it, and I was a little distraught because the guy wanted a little bit too much money for what I wanted to pay for that particular airplane. And then I ended up. And all right, fine. I guess we're not going to make a deal on the airplane, but I will buy the number. Please tell me the number. He goes, how can I sell you the number? I said, I'll give you $3,000. Tell me the number. He goes, done. So what happened was that he ended up selling the airplane without the identification. The new owner said, that's cool, no problem. He just changed one aspect of the number to make it so instead of being 3570, I think he changed the 3 into an 8. You know what I mean? So he just added a line to the 3 and
right.
3. And then, so he sold it as the tail number, 83. No, 35, 8570. Right? He just changed and then I had to wait 2 years for the FAA to go through that. So anyway, I'm going to read you something here. And the reason I said that was I'm going to read you something that ChatGPT pulled up. So I asked ChatGPT, tell me how to create a new identity for myself. Right? And it says, changing how people or society perceives you is more about shifting behaviors, aligning with your values, and building a new personal brand. This process requires self-awareness, intentional action, and consistency over time. Here's a detailed bullet point breakdown to address during an interview on the topic. So it says, understanding the power of perception, define and desired identity, reinvention through behavior, leverage your appearance, curate your digital footprint, build a new network, master emotional intelligence, develop new skills. Public acknowledgement, reputation building, manage expectations and patience. Wow.
Holy shit.
That shit almost.
Oh, wow.
And then I said, wait, there's got to be more. So I asked it to do something else, and it said shifting, and it gave me the answer. It said shifting behaviors and realizing core values to build a personal brand starts with deep self-awareness. Intentional actions. Once again, here's another step-by-step on how to build an effectively long strategies to become more self-aware. How do I become more self-aware? So I need to I need to start a self-reflection. Identify and define your core values. Set clear intentions. Develop self-awareness. Cultivate new habits aligned with your desired identity. Reframe negative patterns. Curate your environment. Consistent reinforcement of your personal brand. Practice gratitude and reflection. Be patient with this process. I'm going to go on to finish off the rest of my notes real quick. There was a direct quote from a young man who I admire tremendously. His name is Luke Belmar.
He's a good dude.
Everything originates in the mind. That's why the system is after your mind. From the moment you're born, they start indoctrinating you with the school system. They attribute your self-worth and value to what you have to give to the system, as opposed to who you are as an individual. So your ability to develop thoughts is extremely important, because your thoughts dictate and create your own reality. Thoughts lead to actions, actions lead to behaviors, behaviors lead to lifestyle. And I wrote, after everything said it, I wrote down, when you do the work and do the healing, you're actually healing your whole lineage, your whole ancestor line. Everybody in your past, your whole family, when you heal, you are healing them. You become the chosen one who's going to take the lineage to the next level. You are the new ancestor. You are the one that's going to change the game. You are the black sheep that has been chosen to take over that. And it is a big responsibility of a lot of people to let go of it. And okay. I can't read my own shit. My Spanish is not very good looking. My English is not very good looking. Hold on. It is a big responsibility. That was Cuban singer used to say that. Celia Cruz, Azúcar. She used to be. Oh, my English is not very good looking. So it stuck with me. It is a big responsibility of a lot of people to just let it go. And they go and then they go, I don't know why I'm different. Like we think we don't know why we're different. Maybe it's normal to have different people in families. Because if we look at our own families, everybody there's like, why am I so different from them?
I'm the
you were
opposite
chosen
of everybody in my family.
You're the opposite, right?
Yeah.
So am I. You were chosen to take a path that will change the whole road ahead for everyone else that's coming from your lineage. Imagine getting bitten by a snake. In this part here, this is a quote from I don't know who it is, but I'm giving them credit. Imagine getting bitten by a snake, and instead of helping yourself recover from the poison, you chase the snake and you try to find out why. You try to prove to the snake that you didn't deserve to get bitten. We often dwell on the source of our pain, seeking validation or answers from those who hurt us, rather than to focus on the healing ourselves. In doing so, the poison continues to spread through us, doing us more harm. True healing begins when we stop seeking explanations from the outside and turn our attention inward and recover and grow. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison, expecting that other person to die. The longer we hold on to it, the longer we hurt ourselves. Forgive not for them, but for ourselves. This doesn't mean we condone the hurt. This means we choose peace over pain and growth over grudges. With that being said, I was woken up in October of 2021. I went to Tennessee and I smoked some funny shit called 5-MeO DMT. It actually saved my life. I have a whole video on this that I've thought of releasing, but it needs to be released at the right time. It is about half an hour long. It shows, if you do a search for smoking 5-MeO DMT, or better known as toad. So what is DMT? What is 5-MeO? 5-MeO DMT is 5-methoxyditryptamine. We produce DMT in our bodies. It is natural. It is actually natural in hundreds of different plants and animals around the world. There's an old saying of, "Oh, this fucker licked a frog, licked a toad." You know, he got he got retarded with licking toads. The Sonoran Desert is the only animal in the world known to secrete 5-MeO DMT, and it does so through some fucking poison glands that it does to fend off predators. Right?
So it's like arcane toads here, but just different.
Okay, correct. So it is one of those little bufo toads, right?
Yeah.
It's the actual scientific name of this toad is called Bufo alvirus. It is known as the Colorado Desert or Sonoran Desert toad. It only grows in one place in the world, and they hibernate. They hibernate for 9 to 10 months out of the year.
That's crazy.
What else hibernates for 9, 10 months out of the year?
Bears, no.
Gestation too, right?
No,
So
no kidding.
natural human gestation too is 9 months. Okay, they only come out during the rainy season. They will hibernate for years if the conditions aren't right. When they come out, you have to be careful now because of course they're protected. People started stupid shit. Unfortunately, as this increased, this is what you call ancient and sacred medicine. This is not found. They used to find this substance was found freely through the internet. They know how to chemically make this in a lab. And so what I tried the first time was lab induced, was lab created. It was pure molecule. So I didn't understand what an ego was and why they say, "Oh, you had an ego death." I found out and I peeled the layers back. As I inhaled, so my experience was on a Friday night the first time. I did it twice that weekend. The first time I had this, I tried it. I actually didn't fully inhale because and I have a video. The young man who was helping me with this, I guess I don't want to call him a shaman because that is a really strong word, but uh, just a facilitator is the word I'll use. So this is going to be a very long thing, couple chapters, but so the facilitator came up, and when he turned the only available torch, we have to light this through a torch and a glass. You feel like you're smoking a crack pipe. It feels weird for somebody who doesn't do drugs. And, we've talked about this. I don't do drugs. Now, I have smoked some wacky tobacco in the past, but this is crazy. I would, what the fuck is this? Something drew me there. I had to do this. I smoked it, and I pulled back because I felt some heat on my chest. When he points it down, it actually heats up my chest, and I pulled back, so he just thought that I was done. And I went back. You wait, take a deep inhale, and then you just relax, and then naturally you hold your breath, and then naturally you just release your breath, and your body continues to live. Your mind decides to go away. That first time, it was one of those visions that goes, right? Except it was backwards for me, because that goes, and I was in a bubble, in a reddish bubble. And I'm looking at my hands going, what are these? Oh, wait, I have hands. I have hands. Cool. What's that? I heard something. And when I heard it again, I heard a noise. It was my mother's voice saying my name. Nestor Alfonso. Nestor Alfonso. My last name was not given. It's just my first and middle name. Nestor Alfonso. That's when I said, holy fuck, dude. It caught up to me. It goes, I'm inside my mom's stomach. So my consciousness hit my mind at that moment, going, whoop. What I'm visually looking at is, holy fuck. I went back to my first conscious moment. Holy shit. And I said, I haven't been born yet. Oh my God. And then I woke up. That was my first experience. That was my first thing. And then afterwards, they talked to me, and I'm being recorded of, talking what I'm talking about now. I have that first recording that was only about 8 minutes long, very short. It was very brief. Next day, we went hunting. Excuse me, we went shooting guns. We were in Tennessee. What do you do? What do you do in fucking butt-filled Tennessee? You don't just go shoot shit. Where I bet drink beer and back in the truck and I'm not gonna go shoot shit. I didn't drink beer. I had no urges to drink at all afterwards. It was weird. It was a different feeling that food tasted better. I was seeing colors so bright. The next day, I'm like, I must still be high. But I kept it to myself. And I'm Googling fucking effects. There's no effects, dude. There's no side effects. There's nothing. You're in and you're out. There's no like later on type deal. I'm like, what the fuck? So there's no physical later on. No. Why am I? The smells are more pungent, more whatever. It's just I was alive, dude, and I was excited for the day. I was like, wow. That next day, when I woke up, I'm floating. I had a dream that I'm floating. Once again, I'm laying down, I'm sleeping, and I fucking wake up and I'm like, I see my body. I see my body downstairs going, holy shit, dude. And then my buddy walks in, hey, Nest, blah, blah, blah. Today, what are we going to eat? Blah, blah, blah. We're going to do this. We're going to go that. We're going to go hiking. Blah, blah, blah. And then, what do you want to eat? And I was like, nigga, don't you know I'm flying? Like, I'm flying, dude. I'm flying. He goes, yeah, that's no problem. That's normal. But listen, I'm serious. What are we going to do? And I'm like, you don't understand, dude. I smoked the night before. Why am I feeling this way? He goes, Nest, don't worry. It's a natural thing. You're getting used to yourself. Like, myself? What the fuck are you talking about, myself? And then he left. And then I come back down and I lay down and I wake up. And I'm like, did I just dream that? So I go outside. I leave the room and I see there's nobody in the house. And I'm like, where the fuck is Ben? And I go back outside and he goes, oh, hey, what's up, man? Hey, I was just coming to see you. I'm like, yeah. Hey, listen, we're about to go out. And he repeated verbatim everything that he had already told me. And I'm like, we just had this conversation, dude. You came into the room and you fucking asked me. He goes, no. I said, he goes, I was going to go, but I was thinking about how to wake you up. How'd you sleep? And I'm like, you mean you weren't just in the room? He goes, nah, man. I've been outside here with homie. All right. Verbatim. Okay. Didn't say anything else. Later on that afternoon, now it's a Saturday. We go do our shit. Come back at the end of the night. I see a young lady go through her ceremony, do her, they did another session for her. And I started crying. I cried while she was under. I felt her pain, her suffering. She's letting go of some really bad juju, some really bad trauma that she's seeing right now. And I fucking cried and I can feel it. And I didn't understand why. So, okay. And she comes back and I'm looking at her. I'm like, you cool? She goes, never better. I hugged her. I said, will you stay for me? And she goes, of course. I don't know why. I turned around. Her boyfriend, her husband was there. It was a full room. There's like 10 people there, everybody going through their own shit. And then I turned to her and I said, I can let go now. She goes, yeah, you have to let go. I said, okay. So we start the video up again and they record me and I go in second time. Now I'm a little bit more comfortable. And I went in and I took this deeper hit. I took it all. There was nothing left inside. It vaporized beautifully. It was a perfect hit because there was nothing burned, nothing left, no residuals. And it's pure. You see me in that video, I was fucking fat. I was a fat, disgusting pig. And you see in that video, me just take this hit, go back. You see when my soul leaves my body. And I just I fall and I lay down. At that moment, my only visuals recollection that I could tell you is my life completely flashed before my eye. 100% of my life up to that moment. So from that moment, back. It was a comic book fucking the Marvel screen, when the Marvel movies are coming up, the fucking pages go flapping, images of my life. And every time and every sporadic moments of, for example, tumbling down some stairs when I was 2 years old, or getting kicked. Come on, you little shit! Getting kicked in the fucking ass. And just all these little moments in time came back all of a sudden at once. Everything that I had ever done to be a better fucking be on top of. I used to have a personality of I gotta be better. I gotta be better. I gotta be better. I gotta be better. I gotta be better than you. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that guy. I fucking crap. I fucking hated everybody. It was horrible. Everybody had a slang. You know, I'm a wetback. You know, I was raised in fucking tough environments, right? Everybody had a slang. Everybody had a saying. Who the fuck was I? I had no clue. All I knew is that I was tired. And I saw in my things, my vision, I saw how I had treated my wife. And it was horrible. And I was so distraught. I was like, I can't believe I hurt her that bad. I can't believe I hurt her that bad. That's all I repeated. It's in my fucking video. I hurt her. I hurt her. I hurt her. You see me flying through cosmos. I'm grabbing my hair and I'm flying through space. I got catapulted. I was an ant who crawled up on a marble, and a little boy put me into a slingshot, whoop, pulled me back going, see you later. And he fucking just let me go. Now I'm on a marble and I'm flapping. My fucking cheeks are flapping. Ah! Flying through fucking space. Flying through space. Cosmos. I see fucking stars. I see supernovas. I'm flying through dimensions. Don't know where the fuck I am. Until finally I come to this point and I'm at full fucking peace. And I said, wow, where am I? So after all the shit, this screaming, I come to a point where I felt I was floating. You know, I'm like this. I'm floating in space and time. Time doesn't exist. Time is man-made. As I'm coming out, I look at everybody's face. And I see the same face. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. I see the same face. And I'm looking at that face and that face and that face, and I see the same face, and all of a sudden that same face just zooms into me. Of course, I'm still under the effects, right? But I'm starting to come back. And I turned to that person and I said, you're everywhere. And this motherfucker goes, I am. Straight. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, wait, are you? Whoa. No. Oh, I am so sorry. I'm talking to this entity, but it has the face of a person in that room. There's only one person in that room. Same face. Everybody has the same fucking face. It's crazy. And as I'm talking to that entity, all I hear is one phrase, one word, one whatever. And I was realizing, I'm like, wait a moment. I'm talking to God. I found the source. And I started crying. And I said, I'm so sorry. I've been a bad person. And he says, there's nothing to apologize about. You've been having your own experience, and it's okay. But welcome now. I said, what do I do? He goes, you have to share. You have to let people know others that I exist. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm like, how do I do that? He goes, you have to share. Just let others know that I exist. And that was it. The rest of the time, for the next 15, 20 minutes, I'm crying, going, I can't believe everything I just saw. Okay. That weekend, my wife we didn't talk. Sunday, I'm in Tennessee to get my flight out. And I called her and I said, I'm sorry. I was in a really remote location and I just started crying. And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I'm all fucked up. I came home and for about 3-4 months, I battled with something I didn't know what was going on. The more and more and more and more and more and more I looked into it, the more I didn't understand what the fuck was going on with me. So I just completely stopped looking and said, and went on as normal life. I went back to my normal self. I went back and it conflicted with me so hard that it spit in my face, chewed me up, and threw me to the wolves. Because that following year, even though I made a shitload of money work-wise, I was losing and I lost what was most important in my life, which was my wife. I pushed her away. I did some things that are unheard of. Well, in a loving relationship, I'm just saying. And then considering, but why? But why? But why? And then I said, what is different? What is different? I said, maybe I have to look more into this thing because why all of a sudden, what happened? I didn't understand. So to sum it down, because I know we don't have much time left in this day, to sum it down, I it was my ego coming back, saying, "Yo, you forgot about me, dumb motherfucker. What are you doing? Don't do this shit to me again." It was it was that guy. Oh, dude, don't do this, dude. Don't do this. What are you doing? So when he comes back, he came back with friends. You know, like you don't remember that the whole thing. You don't invite tequila to a party, or you don't let tequila into a party. You know, because see that motherfucker comes with friends. That's exactly what happened, right? I started drinking again too, and what happens with drinking? Drinking kills your soul. I didn't understand that. I started drinking. I didn't give a fuck. My ego kept building. In the building. I'm Mr. Macho. Fuck you. You don't like it. Yeah, I got money. What do you got, bitch?
Spirits.
No bueno. Then finally, my wife goes, you know what? Fuck you, digger. You're out. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I take care of you. I take care of everything. She goes, fuck you. You're not my husband. Where did he go? I said, the man I married. I'm like, it's the same guy. No, it wasn't. I was a product. The man she married was still deep inside me. The man she fell in love with was deep, deep inside and he wanted to come out. I called the guy again and I was like, hey man, it's been almost a year. Fast forward. I said, I got to fix this. There's something wrong with me. And that one hit, there's something wrong. I need to find out more about it. I said, I need books. So I started doing more research and I started reading more about this God molecule. And it turns out that I'm not the only person that this has ever happened to. That basically it's a download. I got shown a way of life. It got downloaded into my subconscious of what true happiness was for me at that time. And I flew through the path. And because I have free will and I chose something else, I didn't understand. Okay. Came back. I kept studying it. Studying the molecule meant keep studying myself. So I went back and I said, okay. So I called him back. He came over. Now it's here in my house. He showed me. He showed me how to administer to myself, how to do this solo, how to measure, whatever, where to get it, how to measure, and so forth. And I tried to, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? You tell everybody, oh my God, you gotta try this shit. Not everybody needs to wake up, dude. Not everybody is ready to wake up. And the people that aren't ready to be woken up are gonna have a really bad experience. It's not ready. You don't wake up everybody. They come to you when they're ready. I learned that one already. It's just the process. So everybody's process is differently. My son, thank God, he was 18 years old when he tried it. And he was like a monk. He didn't move a muscle. And he comes over, he goes, I'm good. I'm like, I know you're good. You're a fucking pure soul. You have very true, beautiful intentions. There's no malice in you at all. I was full of hate. I was full of lust. I was full of regret. I was full of garbage. The more and more and more and more I started looking for myself, I realized I was being manipulated by society in itself, by the ways that I was taught. I never really chose anything because, hey, I'm fucking perfect. Everything I thought was correct. I learned to let my ego take in control, kind of like the movie, that Disney movie where the different personalities control for a long time. They drive you, one of those things, one of the aspects. Fast forward now, it's been 3 years since my first experience. And the last 2 years, I've catered to be the perfect me. I've learned that in order for me to have a successful life, for me to have a well-balanced life, for me, it's all my fault. Everything that happens to me, if I smell my wife's fart, it's my fault. Listen to what I just said. Why? Because I am in the room with my face close enough to her butt that when she passed gas, it's my fault. Not that she farted. It's my fault. If the dog is scratching too much and it's annoying me, it's my fault. Why? Why is that dog scratching? He's got fleas. So I didn't put the medicine on the dog for the fleas. And it's annoying me. So why do I have to go over there and shut up, you piece of shit? Get the fuck out of the room. Let me sleep. Right? That used to be me. No, nigga. Hello? McFly, wake up. It's your fault. Not the dog's fault. It's a reaction. Yeah. I was not a good person, dude. That's why I kept saying it. The different things of, and when you realize, and I learned 100%, wait, I stopped drinking completely. I realized that alcohol, I wasn't an alcoholic. I've actually lost a friend due to alcoholism. Like he drank himself to death, wanted to die. I tried to help him as much as I could, but I realized you can't control that. It was his choice. He wanted to die. But I drank and I passed out and I blacked out and I didn't care. And all I cared about was the next day, how much money am I going to make today? Nice fucking, whatever, I got this watch. And you know what? I'm going to order a Tesla truck. I got a Tesla truck on order that I don't give a fuck about. It's just saying stupid shit, you know, like money became my
Idol.
idol, my God. Yeah. And so with that being said, when I realized and I stopped doing certain things and I stopped really giving a fuck, I stopped giving priority to certain things. I started noticing more about me. What do I want to do? And then I noticed that the universe is giving me everything I've ever asked for. For the last 15, 17, 20 years, I'm living my specific issues right now because of decisions that I made before in the past. And I live with those decisions. And I learned and I'm learning how to cope with them as they come. I'll have amazing days because of experiences, and I'll have some shitty days because of the same fucking thing, because of my decisions. It's not my wife's fault that she woke up with a crinked neck and, you know, my fault that she's having a bad day. Period. If it affects me, it is 100% my fault. If I'm thirsty and I don't have $1, it's my fault. If I have shitty credit, it's my fault. If I have the best credit, it's my fault. If I have whatever, I'm just really, really digging deep and looking at me and noticing. And it's like, when I say I stopped caring and I stopped paying attention to the other things, then money started flowing even more. And I was like, whoa, wait, I have more time on my hands to do the things that I want to do. And now you're telling me that I can have more money too? How? And then I started learning more about manifesting and attracting and vibration. So I needed to fix me, and I'm not fixed yet. I'm not 100%. But I started realizing my true authentic self. And the facade of Nestor Alfonso Cadena that existed is fading away and has faded away for a good part.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm
gonna cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off because you've been going strong for an hour. And, yeah, you can't get a word in. So I gotta go. We'll have to do this into like a 3-part series because I gotta get out of here.